Hey everybody, what's up and what's happening and all that jazz. This is Sammy B, of course, just giving you guys a heads up. So, here's the deal with what's going on with this week's DMT reviews. It was supposed to be for the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 2, but for some reason, the audio is completely fucked and no goddamn Google search is helpful at all. It's like, "Oh, use the D clicker thing." I am, and it's not doing shit. So, that episode may or may not see the light of day. Um, so in the meantime, I've been wondering when to put out the review for the little things, and I guess you guys get it now because that other episode is completely in its own fucking, I don't know, shithole. And as far as the video goes, editing 2 cameras worth of footage is quite an undertaking for a dude who has 2 jobs. So I'm gonna have to hire somebody to do that. And so, sorry if you guys were hoping for a video episode. It's all very frustrating, not all very exciting. So, we're learning as we go. Thank you for tuning in as it is. And hopefully, enjoy this episode that we recorded right after the Judas and Black Messiah episode. I just had no idea when to release it. What better time than today under extreme frustration? So, sit back, enjoy, and keep tuning into DMT reviews every Tuesday. And then DMT, don't miss this podcast every Friday with audio and then Saturday with video. DMT reviews has both release on Tuesday. So thank you for listening. We love you guys. Have a good day.
What's up? What's happening?
And welcome back to another episode of DMT reviews. Now in Spectrovision, chillin'.
What up, what up, what up?
And, we got more movies, Doc.
We do.
We got more to review,
We sure
Doc.
do.
Even though there's no WandaVision, there's no Falcon and Winter Soldier,
It's a tough week.
we're still seeing stuff.
We're still watching things.
Big things, little things.
Mhm.
Oh, wait,
We're a part of it.
the little things.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
That's a movie we watched.
That's the movie we're talking about.
You said the title of the movie we watched.
What?
Fucking A, man.
Dude,
This is pretty bonkers.
I kind of blow my own dick off every once in a while.
Happens from time
Let
to
me
time.
tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think of the little things, Sammy? I heard you got opinions.
I got opinions indeed.
Yeah.
Because it was a good movie, but they took choices. They made decisions that I feel like the general audience, you people, probably were just like, "Oh, that movie wasn't very satisfying
Oh,
at the
yeah.
end,"
That's true.
But it was so well done.
Oh, yeah. I'll talk about that twist for 5 hours.
Yeah, it was so well done, and Jared Leto, it was so good.
Yep.
And but Denzel was just kind of Denzel.
Yeah, Denzel's, I think, kind of fallen. I think he's basically retired as far as being an actor to, I'm just going to do these movies because I can make a ton of money and I can always play these characters.
Yeah.
Like I can just easily be the old guy basically taking on the career case of
Yeah.
his life. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can always do it.
I can be the equalizer.
Yep, exactly.
I can equalize people all day.
Oh, man. Fucking Denzel.
Denzel.
How about Rami? Rami Malek.
Rami Malek. Let's talk about Rami Malek because let me tell you, Jack, that dude has the creepiest fucking voice.
Yes, he does. He's a really good actor. I want to make that very clear. And I know it was part of the character, but it almost felt like he was just some guy that they brought in for this movie. And he wasn't trying to act. He wasn't trying to not act. He was just literally reading the lines
Yeah.
as like a stand-in. They were like, put this guy in the movie.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, this is a little below my pay grade as
Yeah.
an actor. I mean,
his face didn't change from the whole time.
no, I mean
Yeah.
that's him.
Yeah.
Dude.
that's-
I mean,
Except he's got the teeth in playing Freddie Mercury.
and even then, I'm Freddie Mercury with my wonky nashes. But even then, I'm trying to remember what the other thing I saw with Rami Malek in. But his voice and the way he carried himself as a character
Mhm.
was not a hotshot detective with a banging wife.
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't know if that was their goal or if that's just how it happened to play out, but I totally agree.
Well, when I started the movie, I texted you, and I'm just like, well, the way it's going right now, I'm fully expecting Rami to be the serial killer at the end, like plot twist it up, just because that's how he was playing it,
Yep.
and that he's just playing it creepy,
Yep.
And so, like, with that, Rami Malek, not bad.
No,
Not bad at all.
I loved it. I thought
I
it was
honestly
great.
grew to like it more as it
Mhm.
unfolded, but definitely an odd uh chemistry between he and Denzel.
Yeah, I know. It's very interesting. And again, maybe that was exactly what they were going for. But like, I come back to this is what I tell people when I explain the movie. I'm like, listen, the first half of it is going to be a really generic detective movie. That's what it's going to be. It's not bad. It's not the best thing you've ever seen. And the second half is again isn't the best thing you've ever seen, but it gets good. It starts cooking. It starts doing some stuff that you're like, oh shit, okay, I'm into it. And a big part of that is because Denzel and Rami, I like them together on screen, but again, their chemistry is just strange. It's just it doesn't really make you feel good at any point. But
Rami Malek just seems like he's just sort of chilling, man.
all the time,
Like, what are you doing at this crime scene,
he
man?
cares a lot, but it doesn't seem to play.
He's just a crime fan.
Yeah,
man.
Denzel is, trying to live up the old days, if you will, because I guess he was a cop detective in the town, and then
Well, it had
something
a similar
happens.
string of murders go
Mhm.
down, and then spoiler alert, he accidentally kills a
Yep,
girl on
big
the
revelation in there.
yeah,
While she's like
which
running out of the woods, like, "Oh my god, help me!" And he's like, "Ah, pow!"
which it's like wow, that was kind of a powerful turn in the movie for his character. But then I was just like, so does that mean he killed all the other women that he keeps having visions of?
It's a good point. It's a
Like, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
That whole sort of, spiritual nature added to it was, coulda gone without it.
Yeah,
Coulda just gone ahead and tabled that one.
exactly, and I think I get what they were going for there. So I'll say too,
He's haunted by the unfinished crimes
right,
or unsolved murders.
and I mean the movie really starts cooking with gas when Jared Leto gets involved. But I'm
Yes.
just gonna go ahead and like talk about what I think the movie was really about, and then we'll jump back into all that because going to that point with like the memories and stuff. And again, I
I
agree.
think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
This movie was about Denzel Washington and Rami Malek trying to find a murderer, and Jared Leto's involved.
end this podcast right now. I have no more points to make.
No, tell me what it was
Yeah.
about.
So I mean, okay. So I'll tell like the twist at the end, if you want to call it a twist.
Yeah.
So basically, at the end, Jared Leto takes.
Well, it's been building to
It's
this point.
yes, exactly.
It's
And we'll,
pretty obvious
Yeah.
to us that Jared Leto's the guy.
Jared Leto's the guy, and he's making Rami do backbreaking work trying to find the bodies, trying to help him out. So he takes him out to this pit and basically makes him dig countless holes. By the
Yeah.
end, once we figure out how many holes he's dug, I mean, it's been, at least 30.
I mean, it started to look like Shia LaBeouf should have popped his head out.
I can't imagine what his back felt like after all that.
I
But
can't imagine why that holes joke went right over your head.
I mean, I got it, and I appreciate
me a
it.
break.
Because you were
I'm not amused.
no, but to your point, yes, this back,
Yeah.
but mostly because he kept digging
Yeah, exactly. He kept digging.
well into the morning.
And this whole time, Jared Leto's playing this game like, oh, yeah, I mean, we can do this forever. And like, it might be me, it might not. I don't. Again, why would you trust a murderer to take you to the body? Why would you ever do that? You know what I mean? So he's just antagonizing and poking and prodding while Rami is doing backbreaking work. And again, like you said, Rami's not a super confident guy. He's just trying to do the job, right? So he's getting taken advantage of. One poke too many, and he swings the shovel, which I was kind of feeling was coming, and just breaks Jared Leto's neck forever.
Bashes his
Yep.
head right in.
Yep, he's done.
Let
He's dead.
let me tell you though. Pretty creative way to commit suicide.
Yep.
Suicide by cop, but by doing as many fucking tactics and manipulations and games to make you seem like you're a serial killer, including, but not limited to, putting a box under your floorboards with trinkets to make it look like they're trophies from bodies.
Right. Yep.
I don't think he killed. I think he was totally honest on the drive. He's like, I didn't kill anybody. I've
Yeah.
never killed anybody. He's just a crime enthusiast, and he just really loves fucking with these guys.
Yep. And he just happened to be the guy. So I think, by that point, boom, Rami kills him, and it's like, well, the case is basically what do we do? And it's like it's interesting. I really liked it because it put detectives in a situation we've never really seen detectives before,
Mhm.
or at least it built up in a way that I hadn't seen before. And then they, you got to get rid of the body. And Denzel, because he shot that girl, he knows how to do this. He knows how to make this, look like it never happened. He goes back to his town. He tells Rami, take a couple, weeks and like calm yourself. Don't let this guy, control your life. It happened. It is what it is. We got him. And he's like, oh, clearly I don't know
Yeah.
because this fucked me up. I didn't mean to kill him.
Yeah.
And so Rami's at home and he's doing his thing. He gets a package from Denzel, opens it. Now he had mentioned that one of the victims of this supposed Jared Leto murder spree had a red beret, right?
Yeah, it was early on the family. He was talking to them, and he got invested.
Mhm.
That was his mistake as a detective, was getting invested personally
Right.
in the well-being of these people's daughter,
Right.
and that they said that she had a red beret. And when Denzel was going through the box the first time when he was broke into Leto's apartment, I was looking for it
Oh, yeah.
when he looked in the box, but it cut away too quick.
Mhm.
And then when Denzel goes to the apartment to clear out everything, he finds the box, he opens it, and I'm like, it's not in there.
Mhm.
It's not in there.
Yep.
And then at the end, when he sent him the red beret,
Yeah, because that's what's in the package when he
yeah,
opens it.
in the package. But when when it came out and it fell into his hands and he looked at it, I was like, "The fuck is that? Like, is that like a reflective little like red panel thing that you have on a bike or something? Like, what the fuck is that?" Because when I think of a beret, I think of a little tiny deal, not this big fucking. Like, it literally looked like the size of a glasses case almost. It was like a red glasses case. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then he shows at the end that he bought a bunch of berets and sent him one to make him feel better.
That's right.
And it's still up in the air. We don't actually know if Jared Leto killed
Right.
anybody or if he killed this girl.
It's got a very Fargo vibe to it in the sense of like, what is the story? Like how do we know anything is true, in that way? Because, for Remy, what's great is he can live his life guilt free. You know what I mean? To him, he got the guy.
Yeah.
He got the guy. He stopped because that was really his big thing. I can't let this bad guy do this.
It
to
just
another
wasn't
girl.
above board, but he can accept that he got the guy.
He got the guy, and maybe the case dies in the public's eyes, but he knows he got the guy. In reality, we have no idea if he did. And the point is not did he get the guy or did he not. The point of the movie, and going back to the original point of
It's the little things.
It's the little things, exactly. Well, it's the little thing that's get you caught.
Yeah.
That's what Denzel's
It's the
word of
little things
wisdom
that'll
is.
eat you alive.
Yep. And I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting to take that perspective. And like, obviously, a lot of people probably aren't going to be thrilled about it because maybe it's like the top at the end of Inception.
Yeah.
Is it too open
It's
ended?
ambiguous.
But also, if that's the way you're living, then you don't understand how life really works. Okay,
Right.
Shit is very open ended, very weird, and you do. That's what Denzel says. We do shit, and you got to own it. That's why he hates murderers. He's like, I hate people that take out their shit on other people. You know what I mean? This world sucks. You go through it. You own your shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I really was like, oh, that makes total sense. It's a little bit of a pessimistic way to view things, but also it can be very useful because then you don't become the murderer and then you're able to focus and not deteriorate society. You just deal with the consequences of life and are a productive member of it.
Yes. It had a great message. I don't know why people are giving it like a 6.3 on IMDb. I
Yeah.
thought it was a good solid 7.5, maybe 8.
I was gonna give it an 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I mean, we just sort of glossed over a shitload of the plot.
Right.
But I mean, as far as it goes, it's a very simple plot.
Mhm.
And it's just frustrating because you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I watched a docu-series on the Unabomber over the past couple days, and that's how could you know? It was a guy in the 70s, 80s, 90s mailing bombs to people and doing it very intentionally. Of course he's not going to get caught, and of course, how are you ever going to be able to trace someone like that? And it came down to his family outing him, you know what I mean? Like, crimes are very hard to solve, like way harder than we think.
The
Even
Unabomber was the one in the woods with the manifesto,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Ted
Kaczynski, yeah.
Ted
It's
Kaczynski.
played by Paul Bettany.
That's right.
I'm not amused.
So I'm going to mail you a bomb.
Yeah. But it made me realize, I mean, obviously this is something that we think of anytime we watch true crime stuff, but it's never bad to keep in mind that these things are damn near impossible to solve. So thank God we do get them solved. Like you said, it's a pretty basic, detective plot, But what makes detective movies fun is how do they get to the solve? How do they get there? And what made this movie really interesting was they never really do solve it. You
Mhm.
know, it goes from being something they're doing for other people to something that they have to do for themselves.
Well, and it's probably the more true outcome
Yeah.
of all this shit. I mean, the whole premise of the first 48 is that after 48 hours, they just give up.
Yeah.
They're just like, if we find something, if something new comes along, then we'll look more into it. But if we get nothing to go off of, they're gone.
Yeah.
So, with that, I feel like this played out, unfortunately, like how some of this shit goes. It just
Mhm.
goes into the wind.
Right.
And, oh, I'm sorry, average Hollywood audiences. Did you guys not get your happy ending? Oh,
Learn the advanced storytelling. That makes the happy endings that much better, when
hmm
you get used to the kind of fucked up, weird, twisty endings, you watch the fun ones, you're like, okay, I'm at peace, and then
hmm
I'm like, oh, I'm on edge. I need to go back to peace. It's a relationship with yourself you gotta
I
make,
mean, you think about it, foreign films, Parasite, not a happy ending.
No, not at all.
One Best Picture.
That's right.
No Country for Old Men, not a happy ending. One Best Picture.
These are all things to keep in mind. I mean, this is all true. Now let's talk about Jared Letts.
Yes, I was just about to say, let's get into the Leto.
What'd you think? Was he like the Joker in Suicide Squad?
Oh, I mean, to a T. All he needed was the white paint.
That's
It would have
right.
been dead ringer for the Joker.
He had the green hair and everything. What if they just made him the Joker?
That would be so funny if that's all he does forever is
Uh,
only play the Joker, just
so
in different ways.
He's just like so spiteful that people hated it so much.
he
He's
just
like,
brings
"This is
it to the
all I'm gonna
table for
do."
every acting choice. He's just like,
Jared, why are you covering your mouth? It's,
there's a mouth right there on my hand.
what are you talking
It's a
about?
joke. I'm the Joker.
No. That's not this movie.
You don't
okay?
get the joke.
There is no joke to be made here. This is a very serious detective film.
Well, that makes it very hard for you now, doesn't it?
Hey, get that rat away from me. Get that away. Hey.
Yes, I'm putting this rat in a used condom, and I'm
Dude,
gonna mail it
You're
to
not
your
Heath
wife.
Ledger. Stop it.
Ah.
Stop.
I'm not Heath Ledger. I'm something darker.
You want to roll in the Snyder cut, even though you weren't in the original movie?
Get these fucking tattoos off my face, and we'll talk.
Oh yeah. Do you want the long hair too to make you look more like Heath Ledger?
It makes it a lot easier for me to go back and forth between this and 30 Seconds to Mars band rehearsals.
You're a very busy man, by the way. You're a good actor for it. I feel
I'm
like
a
people don't give you
triple
enough credit.
threat.
Yeah, it's a little aggressive, but
Yeah, well. But no, Jared Leto's performance in this was fucking awesome.
Mhm.
And it boiled itself down to one thing, and it's one, I think Matthew McConaughey was the one who said that. It's like when he's finding a character, he figures out how they walk.
Mhm.
Just watching Jared Leto's gait as this character, I'm like, there you go.
Yep.
He's got it.
Yep.
He's got this character down. Because then you think about this character, you're just like, oh my God. Like you pass these guys all the time. This fucking just not fat, but has a beer gut,
Mhm.
just aimless, fucking dirty looking, long haired, grungy dude
Yep.
who works at some sort of fucking, as like a maintenance guy for some sort of
He
thing.
looks pretty happy to be alone.
Yeah. Drinking Bush
Yep.
all the time, which, that's the frustrating thing, and what's awesome about this movie is like there's so much evidence to his favor of actually being this killer.
Yeah. No, exactly. I again, I don't know whether or not he was or wasn't, because that's the thing. His behavior was so confusing. I mean, it almost, because I've always thought, I'm like, if I get accused of a crime and I'm innocent, I'm gonna make it a fucking point that I'm innocent, because I'm not gonna be just pushed around as like a scapegoat. Blah blah. I think about that, and then I see this guy, and he does that, but in his own gamey way. But it's such a game. Like he seems like whether he killed them or not, he's wanted this to happen for a really long
Mhm.
time. How did they find him again?
Oh, so Denzel went into the store that he worked at, and he
Right.
was just like, "Hey, small talky this, small talky that. Just want to know like names on a list or something for somebody who did some work for me or some shit."
Mhm.
And then he follows the guy to his address, sees the car, goes and looks in it, and then Jared Leto's coming out to throw away all his beer cans.
Mhm.
And they have their first interaction, and his
Right.
voice was pretty interesting too. That sort of raspy kind of, you really like my car, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, he is better than because Denzel at this point is always kind of playing Denzel.
Yeah.
Rami, as we can tell,
That's
has
early retirement for actors. I'm just gonna play myself for the rest of this whole thing.
hey, a lot of people made a lot of money doing it. And Jared Leto actually, I mean, more often than not, when he acts, I mean, he really embraces the character. That's what makes him a phenomenal actor,
Mhm.
is because he can truly. It's not necessarily the work to him; it is embracing and embodying this human being in this story. And I think it helps that he didn't have to be like the main character and carry this from start to finish. He's only in about half of the movie, really, but in that half, I mean, he is so impactful. And that's kind of the thing. Denzel and Rami are kind of boring while they're doing their thing. They're behind, they're confused, whatever. Once he gets involved, it just adds that edge to it that, I mean,
Mhm.
just takes the movie to the next level.
It started to get to a point before he showed up that I'm just like, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And I think that was the whole point.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I think that they both, as characters, Denzel and Rami, were just like feeling that same sort of way. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, let's get this over with. Let's get this guy. He's our guy. Like,
Mhm.
come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get this moving. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
This is clearly something that's important to both of us. And yet, it's an impossible situation,
Mhm.
and then you get him. And that's the other thing, too, that is interesting about, detective and cop stuff. I mean, I guarantee the Ted Kaczynski, there was like the FBI had like 2,400 and some people that they had as suspects, and Ted Kaczynski was, or is like 2,417 was the number of people they took before they were just like, this is too much. Number 2,416 was Ted Kaczynski. So it was like literally one of the last people they considered to be the guy, and it was the guy. And that's the same thing here. I mean, Jared Leto's the first guy they book in this, right? And then all of a sudden, we're so confident that he's the bad guy because, I mean, that's how movies work.
Yeah.
You got to keep the plot moving. You can't have a 10-year case done in 2 hours.
And to play it with that, it's like he is like you could just be like, well, in a way, you can be on his side. You can be sympathetic, being like, oh, I can understand that it's like you're getting profiled and you know how to fuck with cops.
Right.
Go fuck with them.
Yeah,
Stick
yeah.
it to them.
Yeah.
They're not good enough at their jobs that they won't leave you alone. Fucking let's play a game.
Yep. Yep. And then he takes it a little too far.
Well, yeah, a little too far
Yeah.
is an understatement, considering he's dead.
Yeah. So he dies. Hardcore parkour.
Hardcore parkour.
Yeah.
Takes that shovel to the face.
What do they do with his body again?
Oh, they buried it.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah,
That's right.
because that's what Denzel said was like, you dig this hole at these particular dimensions, and fill in the rest of them. I'm gonna go take care of his apartment. He clears out all his shit.
Right.
Makes an
right.
excuse. He parks the car and then throws the keys at a guy standing there.
That's right. And then they just scrap the car. That's all
Yeah.
they do. Yeah.
Yeah, so with that, it's just like, okay. And then he comes back and Rami's still digging.
Yep.
Because when he came back and Jared's body was still there, I'm like, Rami ran away. Rami's the guy.
Oh, interesting.
But then he's shoveling. I'm like, okay, Rami's not the guy.
Rami's not the
okay.
guy. He's just really, really mentally fucked up
He's
right
just,
now.
that just broke him. Broke him.
Okay, understandable. I mean,
it's dramatic.
he's a small guy. I'm sure he didn't think that he could hit that hard. You know what I mean? But he shook
especially
hands.
after digging like 5 or 6 holes.
I think it was closer to like 20.
What I thought the plan was that Leto was just going to try and wear him out and then take him over.
I thought so too. I thought he was gonna. Well, because Leto has that moment. I think he looks at like Rami's gun or something like that for like a brief second. So it's like,
Oh, he comes up behind him and he touches it. Even.
right, and it's like, oh, I mean, very well. Might have again. I get it. If you get profiled all the time, kind of fuck with the cops. I just don't.
Don't do it to the extent that you drive them crazy.
Yeah, don't
and
literally
they murder you.
Don't literally implicate yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, don't put fake treacons in a box to be like, I want them to think I'm the killer, but it's not gonna work. Like, what would the end game have been? He goes to court.
Yep.
They go all the way through the trial and they have no evidence on him, and then he walks out and he just laughs in their face. What do you do then?
Yeah.
What do you do then?
Exactly. The game is over. I mean, what's the point?
Like, and I think that was his kind of goal because he doesn't have an aim in life. This is all he has is this
Yeah.
game right now.
Yeah, and this is happening to him.
And he's
what else
like
is he supposed
very
to do?
aware of the outcome. He's like, I could be dead at the end of this. If I
Right.
push him too far, he could kill me. But then again, he'll be in trouble.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe he is the killer and he played this game to get killed by the cop, and then he never has to face the consequences of his decision. And then the cop is haunted for the rest of their life after having killed him because he mentions it too. He's like, what are you going to do? Kill me? Where are you going to put my body? Well,
You haven't considered this.
right fucking here is where I'm gonna put it. It turns out I got a guy who knows how to do
Yeah.
this. But yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting film. Definitely a good watch.
It's worth a watch.
Yeah, is it one I'm gonna watch again? I don't know. Maybe if I'm hanging out with somebody and they've never seen it, and I'm like, I literally don't know what else to put on. But
Yeah, it's one that you one and done it if you want.
yeah, I've
I wouldn't
recommended it
purchase
to
it.
people. But yeah, I probably wouldn't buy it. I'm glad it was on HBO.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
I honestly don't know if I would have purchased a ticket.
No,
That's the thing.
I don't think I would at all.
If things were normal and this movie came out when it did, I definitely would have been like, that's gonna suck. It came out in January.
Yeah,
It's gonna suck.
That's how they do it.
But no, it was good.
Yeah.
So good for you, Warner Brothers. You guys are putting out some pretty good ones.
Yeah, again, just don't try too hard. It seems to work out for you.
Yeah, don't listen to focus groups and it'll be
That's
okay.
Haha, make your own movies.
F&A, Cotton.
F and A.
But I enjoyed it. It was a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, again, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Yep.
I think that's a good grade. It felt like a B movie to me, as far as like a grade goes. Like I was like,
Yeah.
this is how I think of it. A, you knocked it out of the park. I could watch it over and over again. A B, I very much enjoyed it, and I will tell people about it, and I will talk about it and think about it. A C, I watched it, and I didn't feel like it was a waste of my time. A D, I'm getting frustrated. An F, I am enjoying it more than an A.
Fucking live it. Yeah. Honestly. F movies are pretty fucking fun.
You gotta go, but you gotta know they're F movies going into it. If you go into it and it's like
If you go into it being like, ooh, Monster Hunter's gonna be good.
yeah, exactly.
You blew it!
Just get super intoxicated and just go for whatever the director's trying to do. It's better than trying to destroy it. D movies are very fun to destroy. Because you can tell they tried hard and something went terribly wrong.
They tried hard, and you're just like, who's their uncle?
Yep.
Because they have no business in this business.
Who knows? Maybe a current D movie will work its way into C or B status. Justice League. Coming
Yeah.
out next week.
Yeah. Snyder cut.
Snyder cut.
Oh, buddy.
With
4 hours of movie.
Gold K-Bach coming
Yeah.
back.
We have a whole day blocked off for this shit.
Yep.
So,
Zack Snyder, we're gonna watch you. I was gonna say we believe in you. We're gonna watch your stuff.
Zack Snyder, we're giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, we understand Joss sucks. We all
We're giving
get
you the benefit of the doubt that this has all been Warner Brothers doing. This has all been Warner Brothers fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow us. They gave you 4 hours.
Yeah,
4 hours, Zach. Wow us.
yeah. This is your last chance. If this doesn't work,
If this doesn't work, the DCEU doesn't exist.
done.
It's done.
yeah.
Like this was the whole reason. They were just like, we got to try this because we're gonna have to take some swings to try and get this thing on track if Justice League doesn't take off. Flashpoint it, reset button.
Yep. They've dug so many holes for themselves. They're like Rami Malek at the end of the little things.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
That's just that's symbolism for DC, and it's Jared Leto as the Joker mocking them for what.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's what this movie is really all about.
The movie was about an allegory that Jared Leto is Zack Snyder and DC is Rami Malek.
Yep.
DC thinks they know what they're doing.
Yep.
They're not.
They're just digging holes for themselves, and meanwhile, you've got rogue agents like Jared
Yeah.
Leto's Joker coming in and just.
And then Denzel's like, I'm just here to get paid.
Yep.
I can do awesome shit. I just
Yeah. Denzel is Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Everyone likes him. He's welcome. You're part of it. You know how to get the job done. But
Denzel is a bowl of Doritos at a party.
Yeah.
It's always welcome.
Always welcome.
Always welcome.
It was a fun film.
It was.
Yeah.
So go check it out, The Little Things. Also go
Is it
check
still out?
No. I watched it on the last day possible.
But it will be back.
It will be.
Yeah. 100%.
It will be.
It will be.
It will be indeed. Otherwise, like, rate, subscribe. Subscribe to DMT Studios on YouTube because we're on the video now. And then also follow Jack and I on Twitch, silverback/Squatch1162, SammyB_DMT. Email us at dmtpcast.com, at gmail.com. Fucking
It's okay. It'll be a sight
dmtpcast at
someday.
gmail.com.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. Take it sleazy, man, McCheesy.
Love you guys.
What's happening? Beautiful.
It's all very exciting.
uniform.
It's all very exciting.
Give me a break!